Matthew, what's up, man?
Where is she?
Hold tight. Just hold tight. Listen, I'm not trying to have you fight and none of that stuff, okay? Remember when you hired me, I told you the rules, okay? You got your keys to the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just show me where she's at. That's all I want to know.
Stay over here. Just hold tight, though.
All right.
Hold tight. Can I let you go?
Yeah.
You gonna be cool?
For now, yeah.
Okay. No, I need you to be cool, Matthew.
I'll be cool. What do you look like?
That's her car right there, right?
Yeah. But who's her friend?
Where you gonna find out? That's her park right now. They've been there. I haven't seen anything all day, but they've been there for the past, I don't know, 20 minutes ever since I called you. So I need to check and make sure because the guy could have a firearm or anything. So you need to chill.
All right, where you want me to wait?
I need you just come right here and wait for me. That's her car, right?
Yes, her car.
Okay, hold tight. Let me look. Okay, you can confront her.
Jessica! Who the is Bryce?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is just a reminder to make sure you choose the right girl. And obviously, if you think something is up or your gut's telling you something's up, you know, you may want to pay or hire someone or get your buddy to check on her or do some reconnaissance, man. Find yourself a good wife. This actually happened to me myself a couple of years ago, probably about 10 years ago now. So and I found out the hard way, just like this unlucky guy. So this is just a reminder before we get into it. Without further ado, let's go.
We were talking about, you know, one of the big dangers in the world, of course, is nuclear proliferation, though, of course, the Biden administration doesn't care about it. And I was talking about, you know, what is the first truly Islamist country that will get a nuclear weapon? And we were like, maybe it's Iran, you know, maybe Pakistan already kind of counts. And then we sort of finally decided maybe it's actually the UK, since Labour just took over. But
players have just gotten a massive nerf in the New Earth update. So everyone knows that the server admin K Starling has been absolutely 200 pumping all the UK players recently, especially with the free speech ult, where we've seen endgame players get arrested for typing words. Well, UK players are about to get drop-shotted and sent straight back to the lobby because they just got hella nerfed. So we all know that UK players love to hot drop into the Weatherspoons pub minigame. This is to loot enchantment potions and powder and talk about banned topics with other UK players. Well, not for long. Keir Starling has just announced that he wants to bring a free speech permaban into all of the UK pub POIs. This means if you get caught talking about rule-breaking topics whilst in Weatherspoon's minigame, you will be reported to the server mods. In my opinion, L update.
Man, I'm a sucker for these kind of memes, man. I'm a sucker for these kind of videos. You gotta love chats and spoons, man. It's the best time you can vent in life. It's the best time you can get it all out. He's so correct. Move on.
Because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? That you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems? Bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not in a
Mr.
good position.
I
You don't
was-
have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
What you're-
III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about.
with
What you're
World
speaking
War
about.
III. And
We-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States
what
of
you're speaking
America
about.
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment.
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about Vance?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of
accept
times.
that
You know, I'm actually quite shocked that we get to see this. This is like first-hand, like discussions and debates in the White House that are just in person, informal, and you get to see the emotions and the reactions that presidents and ministers have with each other. But you know, this is quite eye-opening. This is the first time. I would expect nothing less from Trump, but this is the first time we get to see this. You know, Zelensky looks like he's just attending his son's football match or something, because I don't know what he's wearing. He seems a little bit like a thug, but that's just what he looks like, right? We don't know what his intellect is. He seems like a smart guy, but whatever, we don't know the full story. There's always more behind politics. This is just theatre and theatrics. We all know it's just puppets. But what it looks like really is like Donald Trump is telling off his 2 sons, and one of them's like from another relationship, so he favors the other one because that's his real son, and one of them's like a bad child. It's so funny just watching this. If you just keep watching this video, you see how Trump takes no shit. It's hilarious.
Accept
To American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop.
Man, see how Trump just gives no fucks, man. He's mimicking him. He's taking the mic. He's funny. He's funny. He's doing it to his face as well. Imagine that's another, like, that's a prime minister, president, king. And you're just saying to his face because you're on that level. I like this guy. Whether you hate him or love him, I like this guy's attitude towards life. He doesn't take no shit just because you might seem dangerous. He's a real one. He's a real one. You gotta give it to him.
And is of kidney failure, and I've had the best news ever. His sons, have taken a test to see if they're a match for Jeremy's kidneys, and they're not, which is amazing. But the reason they're not is because Jeremy's not actually their real dad. Sorry, I'm no stranger to admit that I don't like my husband's children, so this is like the best news ever. My husband doesn't know yet, but I'm obviously going to go and tell him because I just love... He doesn't need to know, but this might finally kill him off. He might have a heart attack in this time. For anyone that doesn't know, my husband's worth 30 million, so it's the money. It's none of yours now, Hugo, is it? Obviously, he doesn't have a kidney now, so he's definitely gonna, like... This is the best news I've ever had in my life.
Letting those muscles discourage us at all.
To get to the island, the women have no choice but to swim to the shore in the clothes they're wearing.
No dry clothes and no fire. It's gonna take hours.
We got 0 sleep last night. We stayed up the entire night, and we haven't had fire because it rained and put it out, so now we haven't eaten.
I have no shame. I've never been so miserable. I couldn't get my tail over there to that fire fast enough. Come on.
This is just one of those classic videos, you know, where it's just reality humbling people, and it can be any sex, you know. The surviving outdoors is no joke. It's no joke. It's no joke. I was a cadet for 5 years. Trust me, this shit is hard, you know. And the gender roles and people themselves, you know, you order yourself into the right category. The guys, even when we were 13, 14, we would carry the heavier stuff in cadets. We would carry most of the heavier burdens. We would carry, you know, the logs and the barrels to cross a river. The guys would do it, and when we would be sprinting or training, we would carry the heavier loads, even though we're just boys. This is just the way of the world and how reality worked, and we got the stuff done quicker, and the girls were better at making sure that we were okay and we were fed. And it's just the way it was. They took care of us, we took care of them, and this is a clear this is just a reminder of reality. And events nowadays are just trying to warp things, and obviously the media and the news are trying to warp our minds and our children's minds of what things should be and shouldn't be. It's just funny to see reality actually humble people, because this is just the truth. It's just the way of the world. It's reality, and I'm sure everyone has their role, and everyone is valuable in their own way. We should just keep it this way. But hey, people have their own agenda.
Equality until it's time to work.
So 100,000 women went on strike today in Iceland to demand gender equality. The entire population is 370,000. So over 25% of the population went on strike, and I have some crazy news for you. The economy did not come to a stop, and it continued as normal. The only memo I got was that HR departments were getting no complaints for the 24 hours that the women were on strike. And men were writing that they were really sorry women didn't get gender equality, but I heard one CEO said it was nice to finally get some shit done, end quote.
We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we. Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What? Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
In the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea? Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will. Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are. The age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results.
Oh, that was a lot to take in. Do you know why this is such a scary video? It's from like 24 years ago from a video game that was about killing giant robots. And we're on the verge of that because we're literally making symbiotic beings with 206 synthetic bones that have thumbs that are more usable than ours, or have more control than ours, can walk and run faster than us. So we're like ahead of schedule. That's the scariest thing. That's why it's all like kind of collectively happening. Not only that, but AI is going to be ridiculously more powerful. I remember I saw this video about AI. There was this billionaire ex-Google executive talking about it, Mo Gawdat, and he's like a whistleblower, and he was talking about how AI is not stair-stepping, it's almost like a tsunami. So ChatGPT, by the time it gets to like ChatGPT 5 and 6, you're looking at like 10-fold of increase of IQ. So instead of it being like Einstein and Elon Musk, it's going to be like 1500 IQ rather than 150 or 155. And that's when it's going to get scary. You're going to have singularity, and every single bit of AI and human collective consciousness is going to merge, and you're going to have a general AI which will dictate law, which will dictate policy, which will dictate how we do things, order, and how we think, what we see online, how we should behave, what feed you see. It's already happening in front of us. That's what's the scary thing. And when we've got whistleblowers, billionaire whistleblowers who are ahead of the curve and have been part of, you know, like this guy, I think he designed Google's system for automatic driverless cars. And you've got people like this talking about it. It's serious, it's happening, it's scary. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to come back with a few more videos like this. I do enjoy doing these kind of videos because it's like the world's news. It's just funny things as well that I find online that I want to laugh about, and I want you guys to see. It's hilarious. But we're going to do real life stuff, and we're also going to do things that we see in the world and online. But peace and love. Just stay tuned for the next video. I've got a lot more to come.
Got me feeling like AJ at Wembley. I got a house in the sticks, I'm living stress free. God bless me, guide me, protect me.